All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The headlines. 17th G20 summit begins in Bali, Indonesia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending the two-day summit along with other top global leaders. Scrutiny of nominations for first phase of assembly elections in Gujarat to take place today. Janjatiya Gaurav Divas been celebrated across the country today. President Draupadi Murmu to pay tributes to Bhagwan Birsa Munda at his birthplace Ulihatu in Jharkhand. Northeast India witnesses 80% decline in insurgency-related incidents since 2014, says Union Home Ministry. India says access to finance and technology for developing countries must to protect planet Earth. And in National Sports Awards 2022 announced, Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award goes to table tennis player Achant Sharat Kamal. The 17th G20 summit began in Bali, Indonesia this morning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is attending the two-day event. Mr. Modi arrived in Indonesia yesterday evening on a three-day visit to that country. During the summit, G20 leaders will deliberate upon key issues of global concern under the summit theme of Recover Together, Recover Stronger. 3 working sessions will be held as part of the G20 summit agenda. These are food and energy security, health and digital transformation. The G20 summit program also includes a leader's visit to a mangrove forest in Bali tomorrow. On the sidelines of the summit, Prime Minister Modi will have several bilateral interactions with the G20 leaders to brief them on India's evolving G20 priorities. He will also address and interact with the Indian community in Bali this evening. At the closing session of the summit, the Indonesian president will symbolically hand over the G20 presidency to Prime Minister Modi. India will formally assume the G20 presidency from the 1st of December this year. A report.
India will host the next G20 summit in September next year. India's G20 presidency hopes to provide new strength, direction and perspective to G20 discussions on diverse subjects which include green development, digital transformation, women-led development and greater voice to the global south in issues of international economic cooperation. The G20 is a premier forum for international economic cooperation and it plays a crucial role in shaping and strengthening the global architecture and governance on all major international economic and development issues. With Anand Kumar, Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
In Gujarat, scrutiny of nomination papers for the first phase of assembly elections will take place today. Names can be withdrawn by Thursday. The last date for filing nominations for the first phase of polling ended yesterday evening. Polling for the first phase will be held on December 1st. At the same time, the Election Commission is making many efforts to provide easy and trouble-free voting facilities to senior citizens and differently abled voters. More from a correspondent.
In Gujarat, the Election Commission has made elaborate arrangements for voting by postal ballot for senior citizens above 80 years of age, persons with disabilities and voters affected by COVID-19. Chief Electoral Officer P. Bharti informed that more than 12,26,000 voters are registered in Gujarat as senior citizens and differently abled persons. Election officials are meeting with these voters in every district. Meanwhile, BJP released another list of 12 candidates including 2 women for Gujarat. The party has fielded youth leader Alpesh Thakur from Gandhinagar South seat. BJP has so far announced candidates for 178 seats out of the 182 assembly constituencies. With Aparna Khunt, Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
President Draupadi Murmu will pay tributes to Bhagwan Birsa Munda at Ulihatu village in Khuti district of Jharkhand today on the occasion of Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. The president will also meet the descendants of Birsa Munda in Khuti. This is the first visit of any president to Khuti after independence. Union government has declared 15 November as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas to commemorate the contributions of tribal communities in the nation's history and culture. It will inspire the coming generations for preservation of cultural heritage and national pride. Late in the day, President Murmu will also address a Janjatiya Samagam in Shahdol, Madhya Pradesh on the occasion of Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. She will also lay the foundation stone of 2 projects from Bhopal virtually in the evening. Tomorrow, the President will attend the Women's Self-Help Group Conference at Motilal Nehru Stadium in Bhopal. The third edition of the Pan-India Coastal Defence Exercise Sea Vigil 22 will commence today. The exercise will be undertaken along the entire 7,516-kilometre coastline and exclusive economic zone of India. It will involve all the coastal states and union territories. Defence Ministry said this exercise was conceptualized in 2018 to validate various measures that have been instituted towards enhancing maritime security since 26/11 terror attack. The two-day exercise has been conducted by the Indian Navy in coordination with the Coast Guard and other ministries entrusted with the task of maritime activities. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. Northeast India region has witnessed an 80% decline in insurgency-related incidents since 2014 when the Narendra Modi-led government came to power at the centre. According to the Ministry of Home Affairs MHA, around 6,000 insurgents from different groups have surrendered in these years. In fact, years 2019 and 2020 witnessed the lowest number of insurgency incidents and casualties of civilians and security forces during the last 2 decades. From 2014 to 2022, a total of 587 extremists got killed in counter-insurgency operations, while over 10,000 extremists were arrested by security forces. The MHA data stated that during the period, security forces recovered over 4,000 weapons from the extremists. After taking tough steps taken against the insurgent groups by the Modi government, there has been a significant improvement in the security situation of the Northeast. In Uttar Pradesh, the month-long Kashi Tamil Sangamam is going to start from Thursday in Varanasi. The Sangamam has been organized by the Government of India as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and to uphold the spirit of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Sangamam is scheduled from 17 November 2022 to 16 December 2022. The program has been organized by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, and Banaras Hindu University is the host institution for the program. Talking to AI News, Professor and Nodal Officer Professor H.C.S. Rathore said that Kashi Tamil Sangamam will strengthen the bond among people of the country and the BHU is ready to welcome the people of Tamil Nadu.
बीएचयू को एक नोडल एजेंसी का कार्य दिया गया है कि जब तमिलनाडु से हमारे बंधु लोग आए यहाँ तो उनके सभी व्यवस्थाएं रहने सहने का इंतजाम का हम लोग को सुपरवाइज करें और साथ ही साथ जो यहाँ पर गतिविधियां होनी है, जो सेमिनार्स होने हैं और जो एग्जीबिशंस लगनी है, जो कल्चरल प्रोग्राम होना है, जिससे कि भारत और दक्षिण भारत का एक मधुर संगम और मिलन हो, संस्कृतियों का आपसी समझ विकसित हो, तो उन समस्त कार्यक्रमों का आयोजन जो है वो काशी हिंदू विश्वविद्यालय नहीं किया जा रहा है.
Banaras Hindu University on Sunday organized an introductory program for Kashi Tamil Sangamam. Spanish film director and writer Carlos Saura will be conferred the Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award 2022 at the upcoming 53rd edition of the International Film Festival of India at Goa. Making the announcement, Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting L. Murugan said more than 180 films will be screened at the international section of the festival this year. He was addressing a curtain raiser press conference ahead of the festival in New Delhi yesterday. The minister informed that for the first time in IFFI's history, a children's film package has been introduced. Secretary, Minister of Information and Broadcasting Apurva Chandra said, for the first time, a pavilion from several countries, states and film organizations will be set up on the beautiful promenade along the sea in Panjim, Goa.
The film bazaar of IFFI this time would be substantially changed. This time in IFFI, technology exhibition of media and entertainment will be held. पहली बार Ministry of Ayush जो कि official wellness partner है delegates के, वो योगा वो promote करेंगे. जगह जगह योगा के demonstrations होंगे और health checkup होगा. बाकी homeopathy, naturopathy, ayurveda का जो delegates होंगे उनको उसके बारे में जानकारी दी जाएगी. For the first time, the government of Goa is hiring caravans which have screens to showcase film to the masses, and the purpose of this is जो गोवा की पब्लिक है उनको भी इसके अंदर शामिल होने का मौका मिले.
Veteran Tollywood actor and producer G. Shivarama Krishnamurthy, popularly known as Krishna, passed away in the early hours today due to multiple organ failure at a private hospital in Hyderabad. He was 79. Krishna played lead roles in several hit Telugu films. He acted in about 350 films in lead roles. He was admitted in the hospital after a massive heart attack yesterday. His son Mahesh Babu is also a well-known actor in the Telugu film industry. India has told the developed countries that access to finance and technology to developing countries is must to protect Earth from apocalyptic changes. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav said this while speaking at a high-level ministerial dialogue on climate finance in the ongoing COP27 summit at Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. Raising concerns over the issue of climate finance, the minister said that the commitment made by the developed countries to mobilize $100 billion from diverse sources by 2020 was a meager amount and remains unachieved till now. He added that the current needs of developing countries are estimated to be in the order of trillions. The minister said there is no understanding of what really comprises climate finance. Saying that transparency and trust are the backbones of all multilateral discussions, Mr. Yadav stated that having a clear definition of climate finance will promote transparency and trust, which is vital for furthering constructive deliberations. The minister said there is a need to further work in arriving at a meaningful definition of climate finance. Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry has announced the National Sports Awards 2022. The awardees will receive the awards from the President of India at Rashtrapati Bhavan on the 30th of this month. Table tennis player Sharat Kamal Achand has been chosen for the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. Arjuna Awards will be given to 25 sportspersons, including Seema Punia, Lakshya Sen, Nikhat Zareen, R. Pragyananda, Deep Grace Ekka, Sushila Devi, Sagar Kailash Obhalkar, Om Prakash Mitharwal, Vikas Thakur, Mansi Girish Chandra Joshi, among others. 5 coaches have been chosen for the Dronacharya Award in the regular category and 3 coaches in lifetime category. Dhyan Chand Award for Lifetime Achievement in Sports and Games will be given to 4 sportspersons, including Ashwini Akunji, C. Dharamveer Singh, B.C. Suresh, and Neer Bahadur Gurung. 3 entities, including Trends Stadia Enterprises Private Limited, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, and Ladakh Ski and Snowboard Association, have been recommended for the Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Trophy 2022 will be given to Guru Nanak Dev University of Amritsar. The Indian pistol team of the Paralympic medalist Singh Raj and Manish Narwal, along with Dipender Singh, bagged a silver medal in the P4 mixed 50-meter pistol SH1 event at the Shooting Para Sports World Championships 2022. And now, for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to VC Pramod.
Thank you, Abhishek. Modi in Bali for G20 meet. To meet key world leaders leads the Asian age. Hindustan Times, quoting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, says India's focus will be on shared future for all. The pioneer quotes the Supreme Court as saying forced conversion to imperil national security. The paper writes, issue very serious. Court says ask centre to tackle problem at once. Retail inflation cools to 6.77% in October from 7.41% in September, informs The Hindu. The Statesman quotes Defence Minister Rajnath Singh as saying, judicious use of financial resources key to armed forces combat readiness. Biden and Xi clash over Taiwan, but military action seen as unlikely, states the Economic Times. And finally, on the occasion of Children's Day yesterday, the Tribune writes, dream big for developed India, President tells children.
Thank you, Pramod. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 17th G20 summit begins in Bali, Indonesia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attending the 2-day summit along with other top global leaders. Scrutiny of nominations for the first phase of assembly elections in Gujarat to take place today. Janjatiya Gaurav Divas has been celebrated across the country today. President Draupadi Murmu to pay tributes to Bhagwan Birsa Munda at his birthplace Ulihatu in Jharkhand. Northeast India witnesses 80% decline in insurgency-related incidents since 2014, says Union Home Ministry. India says access to finance and technology for developing countries must to protect planet Earth. And National Sports Awards 2022 announced, Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award goes to table tennis player Achand Sharat Kamal. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.